ये 2,59,000 की रिकवरी निकाली है 15 साल के बाद, उसका बस डिले का बता दीजिए मुझे, क्या लिखा है आपने। वकील साहब, अगर आप मुझे एलिमेंट्री स्टूडेंट से भी गैर विता समझ रहे हैं तो आप सबसे बड़ी गलत कोर्ट में हैं। डोंट ट्राई टू बी एन ओवर स्मार्ट, एटलीस्ट इन माई कोर्ट। माई ओनली क्वेश्चन इज दैट यू टर्मिनेटेड द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इन द ईयर 2002। सिंपल सा आंसर दीजिए मेरे को। आई विल नॉट ग्रांट यू इवन अ सिंगल डेज टाइम। डिले के लिए सर आपका क्या रीजन है? डिले के लिए क्या रीजन है? डिले के लिए क्या रीजन है? बाकी तो हम इनको कहेंगे कि आर्बिट्रेशन में जाना, जहां जाना वो सब करो, और आरआरसी आपने इतने सालों बाद निकाली है, उसका क्या रीजन है, ये बस इतना बता दीजिए। आपके रिटर्न में कुछ होगा?
यस नो।
क्या है? नहीं पढ़ा है आपने?
पढ़ा तो डिले के लिए
है?
डिले के लिए मेंशन है।
वैसा उनकी बहस भी पहली बहस यहीं से स्टार्ट हो रही है। आपने डिले का पॉइंट लिया है पिटीशन में?
जी सर,
बताइएगा।
यस सर। Petitioner is a firm so Sanjay awarded a contract for construction of primary health so time limit for construction for 10 months. The petitioner executed half of the work but payment was not made. The petitioner made several requests to make the payment against the execution of work but no payment was made. The petitioner ultimately could not carry on the work and he had to leave the contract. The work order was given on 17/10/1995 which is clear from the impugned RRC issued by the executing engineer on so and so, but the same was not supplied to the petitioner although it is endorsed to the petitioner, but the same was not received in due time. It could only be received so and so. The copy of the data dated so and so, petitioner so and so so and so, the RRC carrying that demand time barred claim or so and so so and so. और हमने एक फुल विन का जजमेंट भी किया है सर, एडजुडिकेटिंग अथॉरिटी है उसको एडजुडिकेट करेगी तब, बट डेट हमने पूरा डेट डिमांड कर लिया है सर।
अरे 2002 तक का तो आपने एक्सप्लेन किया हुआ है, 2002 के बाद से लेकर 2017 तक का बताइए।
And we have specifically said that there is a arbitration clause in the agreement.
So everything is so far as the merits of the case is concerned, I am not going to touch that aspect because there is a clause for arbitration, no difficulty. Your termination of contract was in the year 2002.
Yes.
You raised the bill or demand for the first time in 2017. This is his contention. Now, what is your response for delay of 15 years in raising a demand note of rupees 2,59,926? That is all. बस इतना सा बता दीजिए क्या है आपका। आपने सर डिले वाला कौन सा पैराग्राफ पढ़ा था? 5.3
में सर। लास्ट
5.3 में क्या है सर?
द कॉपी आपको दे रहा है सर, आरआरसी इज डेट डिमांड एंड टाइम बार्ड क्लेम आर फाइल्ड हियर विद।
अच्छा, टाइम बार्ड कैसे होता है सर बताइए।
और ये सर 5.4 में हमने पूरा लिखा है, दैट द मॉडल एग्रीमेंट ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इज फाइल्ड हियर विद व्हिच क्लियरली शो दैट विदाउट एडजुडिकेटिंग द डिस्प्यूट नो आरआरसी कैन बी सूड इवन।
तो आप जाइए ना डिस्प्यूट रेस कीजिए ना, कौन मना कर रहा है?
और ये सर एग्रीमेंट आफ्टर लैप्स ऑफ 20 इयर्स, ये हमने
कहां लिखा
नीचे से सर, Chief but the respondent did not choose to take step agreement after lapse of 30 years should RRC
जितना भी लिखा तो है
जी सर 20 years साफ
20 साल तो नहीं है, आपने तो 2002 तक का एक्सप्लेन कर दिया है। अरे यार वो सब कुछ ठीक है, आपने रिस्क एंड कॉस्ट के ऊपर जो ये 2,59,000 की रिकवरी निकाली है 15 साल के बाद, उसका बस डिले का बता दीजिए मुझे, क्या लिखा है आपने?
उसके एक्सप्लेनेशन तो इसमें
कुछ भी नहीं लिखा है।
सर कि there is an agreement of arbitration clause and
वकील साहब, अगर आप मुझे एलिमेंट्री स्टूडेंट से भी गैर विता समझ रहे हैं तो आप सबसे बड़ी गलत कोर्ट में हैं, राइट? एंड डोंट ट्राई टू बी एन ओवर स्मार्ट, एटलीस्ट इन माई कोर्ट। माई ओनली क्वेश्चन इज दैट यू टर्मिनेटेड द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इन द ईयर 2002. So far as the merits are concerned, I am not going to touch the same on the ground that he had a facility or opportunity of availing the arbitration clause, which was not done by him. My only question is the demand note which has been raised by you after 15 years, and that demand note is by virtue of difference in the work allotted to the petitioner as well as the work allotted to the new contractor, right? Because the termination was at the risk and cost of the petitioner. Why the demand notice of 2,59,000 at the risk and cost of the petitioner was issued after 15 years. इसका explanation देंगे?
Yes, well,
क्या दिया है आपने?
well,
इनका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट टर्मिनेट हुआ नहीं हुआ, मैं उसको टच नहीं करूंगा क्योंकि he has not challenged the cancellation of his contract.
for that,
Whether his bills were pending or not, I will not touch that because he has not raised any dispute. रिस्क एंड कॉस्ट के ऊपर जब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट टर्मिनेट हुआ था और फिर जब आपने जो दूसरा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिया उससे उसका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट 2,59,000 रुपए ज्यादा था, तो वो आप रिकवरी कर रहे हैं 15 साल बाद क्यों कर रहे हैं? सिंपल सा आंसर दीजिए मेरे को.
that I'm requesting for 1 week time.
I will not grant you even a single day's time. The difference of the fresh tender with the work order issued in favor of the petitioner was rupees 2,59,926. इसका आपने 15 साल के बाद क्यों इशू किया? 12624 of 2017, this petition under Article 226 of Constitution of India has been filed by RRC dated 14/1/2015. A sum of rupees, a demand of rupees 2,59,926 has been issued against the petitioner, or directed to be recovered from the petitioner. However, the petitioner could not complete the contract and ultimately the contract was terminated by order dated 2/7/2002. Although it is the contention of the petitioner that his outstanding bills were not paid, but since the petitioner, but the said aspect cannot be considered in this petition for the reason that the petitioner had an alternative and efficacious remedy of raising a dispute before the arbitrator. Furthermore, only the RRC, which has been issued to the effect of rupees 2,59,926 is in question. Police system. The respondents have filed their return, and paragraph 12 of the return reads as under. Thus, it is clear that the RRC to the tune of rupees 2,59,926 was issued by way of difference of fresh tender with the work order issued in favor of the petitioner, as the contract of the petitioner was terminated at his risk and cost. The only question which arises for consideration is as to whether the RRC issued by the respondents in the year 2015 was issued within the reasonable period or within the period of limitation or not. According to the respondents themselves, the agreement was terminated on 2/7/2002, whereas the executive engineer with PWD division Baitul sent the RRC to the collector on 14/1/2015, that is after 13 long years of cancellation of contract. Although the petitioner had claimed that the RRC has been issued after 20 years, but in fact it was issued after 13 years. Although the period of limitation and the delayed issuance of RRC has been, although the ground of period of limitation and issuance of delayed RRC has been raised by the petitioner in his writ petition, but the respondents have beautifully maintained silence in their return about the delay in issuance of delay of 13 years in issuance of RRC. सर आपने लिमिटेशन का पीरियड लिया, आर्टिकल कौन सा लगेगा लिमिटेशन एक्ट का सर?
जनरली सर 3 years रिकवरी ऑफ फॉर.
अरे आर्टिकल कौन सा लगेगा वो तो बता दो. अपन चाय के प्याले के साथ थोड़े बैठेंगे, हमें तो जजमेंट लिखना भैया.
लिमिटेशन.
Article so and so of Limitation Act provides a period of limitation of 3 years for recovery of dues. Furthermore, there is not a single whisper in the return as to why the RRC was issued after 13 long years of cancellation of agreement awarded to the petitioner. Under these circumstances, this court is of considered opinion that the RRC in question was barred by time and barred by time. Full stop. Accordingly, the same is quashed. The petition succeeds and is hereby allowed. Barred by time and or otherwise it has not been issued within a reasonable period. Accordingly, the petition, the RRC issued by Executive PWD Division Baitul on 14/1/2015 and RRC dated 21/2015 issued by collector Bethul are hereby quashed, petition succeeds and is hereby allowed. चलो दूसरा लो।
आर्टिकल 99 में ये है 1 year है इसमें टू सेट असाइड द सेल सिविल रेवेन्यू और
सेल थोड़े है भैया,
गवर्नमेंट डिमांड रिकवरेबल अमाउंट, ये थोड़ा सा देखना।
तो चैलेंज करने के लिए आपको है भाई,
जी
ये तो आपसे ड्यूज रिकवर करने के लिए लिमिटेशन की बात कर रहे हैं। देख के बता दीजिए, मैं थोड़ा दूसरा ले ले रहा हूँ तब तक जी।